All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game. Well, this is going to be a unique game for all of you guys out there. This game was taken from AceD Cup, and if you guys do not know AceD Cup, definitely check out ESL. There is a bunch of information out there available on basically interesting ways that players will be playing WarCraft 3. Prior to the patches, you can see both of this. Well, let me go ahead and explain what is going on in AceD Cup. Every player chooses is a random race, and every player chooses a random hero. It is incredibly different. Yes, there is a little bit of luck involved, but at the same time, the strategies that you're coming up with, the strategies and the tactics that you are using, all have to adapt and change as well. Crypt is already coming in here. It is going to be Altar of Darkness. Meanwhile, Ancient of War, Altar of Elders, you can see it first random hero. It could be anyone, and we'll see what hero will be popping on out. Ancient of War is going to be training up some archers. Meanwhile, back across over here, Altar of Darkness, Tomb of Relics being placed down as well. Ghouls getting added in. And I got to explain a little bit of the strategy and a little bit of the thought process behind random race and random hero. First of all, random race. You do not know what your race is going to be. You don't know what your opponent's race is going to be. So you pretty much, the instant you start the game, you have to come up with the strategy. Also, early scouting is a bit questionable at times. The main reason being is that you may be able to figure out what your opponent is, but your opponent also knows who you are. It is going to be a Priestess of the Moon first coming out from, well, Zveroboy, as I'll just call him the Red Night Owls here, or a boy versus player, and we are looking at Searing Arrows first. Searing Arrows doing a tremendous amount of damage right there. You can take a look at it. About to take down that Renegade Wizard. So Priestess of the Moon gets Ring of Protection, already has 6 armor as it is now moving on out. Meanwhile, back on the other side, the other hero is going to be the Demon Hunter. Alright, Demon Hunter first from an undead player. Yes, I did say it was a completely random hero, didn't I? And now the matchup is very, very different. Alright, let's take a look back across over here. Priestess of the Moon gonna go after the remainder of this creep camp. The rogue could just get taken out. There it goes. Gets to level 2. Priestess of the Moon also gets an additional Slippers of Agility, extra damage, as we are looking at Hunter's Hall, Ancient of War, and no tech to tier 2 yet. It could be a mass Huntress army. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter leading this undead army is going to be a little bit of a problem. Now, player has to realize that without the Death Knight's Death Coil, it's actually very difficult to keep undead units alive up until when you have obsidian statues. So that is going to be a definite probability or a possibility. Manual of Health now being picked up. Ghouls going after some units here as True Shot Aura. In addition to that Priestess of the Moon, you can take a look. Demon Hunter picks up the Cloak of Shadows as well. Normally that wouldn't be very useful at all, as the Archer now gets in a final shot there. Priestess of the Moon already about 2/3 or a third of the way to level 3, as the Priestess of the Moon may be able to pick off an additional Ghoul. There it goes, down it goes. Damage is getting added up rather fast, as you can see how much damage is being done. Priestess of the Moon dealing terrible, terrible damage to this undead army. Alright, Ziggurat about to get taken down. Priestess of the Moon is trying to head back over there. One more final shot should do it. Is it going to go ahead and get the shot in? That's the question. Go ahead and takes it down, as the Priestess of the Moon able to slip away. Demon Hunter does not even bother to mana burn, as the Priestess of the Moon. This is perhaps one of the best matchups going up against a Demon Hunter here. Priestess of the Moon normally goes for mana burn, or excuse me, Demon Hunter normally goes for mana burn, but mana burn is fairly useless against a hero that has, well, Searing Arrows or some sort of auto attack bonus ability. The reason being is The Demon Hunter wins out on wars when your opponent doesn't have mana. However, you want to still be trading that mana efficiently. The Priestess of the Moon can operate sub 50 mana, making the opposing mana burn very, very useless. All right, let's come back around across over here. 26 over 30 supply coming up against 27 over 40. Both sides are fairly even. Sorry, I do not have the stats bar. This is not part of the NetEase client. Priestess of the Moon now making its way back around. It perhaps wants to take this opportunity to gain a little bit of, a perfect trap lying in wait. What is going on here? Demon Hunter now just trying to figure out where the units are. Simply lets them run by, and now going to be able to get to level 3. Beautifully done. Meanwhile, this Tree of Life down over here is just going to end up buying a little bit of time as the Skeletal Minions now make their way over. All right, back off to the north here. Priestess of the Moon gets another Slippers of Agility, already at +9 damage. Let's take a look, see how all of this is going to be unfolding here. As, you can see how much damage is being done. There it goes. One more shot. There it goes. It does get taken down as the Demon Hunter slips on through. We are at Halls of the Dead. We are going into Tier 2. Second hero is a random hero as well. So we will see what the second hero is going to be, opening up for some very unorthodox hero choices, which, well, translates to unorthodox army choices. Something as simple as, well, the changing up of the heroes. Now, Priestess of the Moon has cleared out the remainder of this creep camp here. Boy is just going to be chasing after player now, as the Demon Hunter could be in a little bit of trouble. All right, taking a little bit of searing arrow damage. There's 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, mana burn there. True Shot Aura is at level 2. Giving, well, plus 20% damage to all of these units here. Huntresses getting in a little bit of bonus damage as well. You can take a look at that, how much damage is all being added up as the Demon Hunter down to 154 hit points. It looks as though these Huntresses are going to be able to clean up all of these Forest Troll Trappers without any real issue. Demon Hunter, however, what is he doing? He joins back in on the fight, forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away. He does not want that Demon Hunter to take too much damage. And another downside, the Demon Hunter does not have Moonwells back at home. The Demon Hunter, now in a terrible world of hurt, needs to figure out a way to get healed back up as a Pandarin Brewmaster now getting, well, trained up. Slippers of Agility +9, essentially. It does take 3 item slots, but very big damage indeed, as we are taking a look at one very low hit point ghoul about to get taken down. Yes, there it goes. Panda now going to be coming in from the north, perhaps trying to get a breath of fire across multiple units. No Drunken Haze, a surround straight up on the Panda. Panda is in trouble. Breath of fire across multiple units here, but not going to be able to really work out. There goes the ghoul. There goes the Panda, as the Priestess of the Moon now sits at level 4. Level 4 Priestess of the Moon may try to go for get to level 5 here in just a moment, obviously. Then he wants to try and engage, making sure that he is able to get a large amount of experience. However, Demon Hunter back in on the fight here, down to 103 hit points, will be forced to retreat. Meanwhile, low hit point Archer is going to be able to dance around. Yes, dances and gets enough hit points. This Archer back across over here, getting more damage onto the Demon Hunter, who is just a bit of a pin cushion, taking all of those arrows damage. Now, the question is going to be, what sort of follow-up play can get added here? Also, Orb of Corruption is a possibility on a Demon Hunter. The Orb of Corruption adding in negative armor, allowing the Demon Hunter to attack air. Meanwhile, the Panda, what is he going to do? Panda also has an Orb of Corruption, as well, as we are going into a Disease Cloud with dual Slaughterhouse. I've said this before years ago, and I believe the people at WarCraft 3 Info also reiterated my thought. The Slaughterhouse is one of the best buildings in WarCraft 3, almost so that it doesn't cause any real tension for the undead. If you don't go, there is no tier 3 strategy that does not go for the Slaughterhouse. If you need healers, if you need tanks, if you need siege, if you need anti-magic, if you need air, all of that is trained up from from the slaughterhouse, and it does so very, very effectively. So it's almost you know, a jack of all trades, except for every unit coming out of there is absolutely scary. I guess it's thus the ace in the hole, or ace up the sleeve here, as the Abomination, Force Troll, Shadow Priest will all get cleaned up again. Now, Priestess of the Moon does sit at level 5. There is a lot of archers and now dryads getting added in here, as well as sentinels are keeping track of the Demon Hunter. Abomination is out on the field. Panda gave the Orb of Corruption to the Demon Hunter as the units are still wandering around here. Level 5 Priestess of the Moon. All of these Huntresses now have +7 damage. That is a very, very high amount of damage indeed. +7 damage just bouncing around. The Priestess of the Moon, after selling his Slippers of Agility, still has well, 16 damage, mainly because of that True Shot aura. And that's not even accounting for those Searing Arrows. All right, Demon Hunter coming across here. It looks as though both sides are going to be trying to do a little bit of creeping. Or no, Blue's going to be trying to do a little bit of creeping. He may get actually creep-jacked here in just a moment. There you go. Skeletal Minions now joining in. Priestess of the Moon was waiting for Player to engage, but Player did not engage. I don't know if it was a little bit of a slip-up, but that slip-up there, if it was intentional, was absolutely brilliant, as it ends up, well, not getting creep-jacked. Priestess of the Moon still trying to retreat back with all of these units. Dryads are here. Searing Arrows now trying to fight back here. Abolish Magic taking down those skeletal minions as the Dryads are coming across with slow poison. Units are now backing into their respective corners. Night Elf, Boy has 2 bases up against his opponent's 1 right now. But I don't know what Player's long-term strategy is going to be. Priestess of the Moon still dancing back around again. Where are all of these units going? Huntresses, Dryads now making their way down over here to the bottom right, as it looks as though this creep camp could get cleared up. Oh, this could be bad, though. It is a potential creep jack the other way. Abominations in the front, going to be able to absorb a lot of damage. Let's take a look. There goes one unit there. Goblin Alchemist has been added in here as well. A very, very strong unit. Could be an Acid Bomb. Lightning Shield on the Alchemist, as the Alchemist is dealing terrible, terrible damage across multiple Abominations here. However, the Alchemist is already down to some 190 hit points. There goes some more units again. Obsidian Statues in the back trying to heal. There's some Acid Bomb as well, as the negative armor is going to start to take a toll. Scroll of Town Portal quickly being used in order to try and get away. Huntresses are all shadow melded, and there you go. There is the retreat. Back off to the north. Ghouls, a lot of them very low on hit points. We're now getting into meat wagons, as I mentioned earlier. Obsidian Statues, Abominations, meat wagons, all being trained up from those slaughterhouses. I don't see destroyers, as, well, destroyers are not what you really want at this stage in the game. Alchemist desperately wants to get up to level 2, but then it really needs a lot of mana for that healing spray to be effective. There's a Lightning Shield. A Dryad quickly abolishes it, though, as the Alchemist may give the Boots of Quel'Tha Loss to that Priestess of the Moon. Scroll of Healing also used across multiple units there to try and keep everyone alive. All right. Additional armor on the Alchemist is extremely helpful as well. Goblin Shredder still clearing out all these trees, as we're looking at 71 supply going up against 49. Player is down by 20 supply, and we'll see if he's able to pull out ahead here in just a moment. Abominations continuing to clear things up. That front line absorbing a whole bunch of damage as the skeletal minions are about to get taken down. All right, Rock Golem about to fall as well. It looks like it will get taken down there. Abominations all here ready to go. Gonna chase after those Forest Troll Trappers as the Panda gets to level 2. Priestess of the Moon sitting at level 5 has Staff of Preservation. And Player gives the GG just knowing that, well, that was the end of that. So maybe this was game 3 and not game 1. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Interesting heroes, but in the end, it just ended much quicker than I would have imagined. Thanks for watching.